All right, shalom, shalom, boys. Here. Well, what am I doing today? We are in the process of processing a goat, and let me tell you, man, this is some good eating. But this goes back to what I've been talking about when it comes to knowing where your food came from, because we're living in a time where hey, everything's going bad, but this is the blessed thing about living on a homestead. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna process this goat and just walk you through a couple of the tools that we use. A shot, not different kinds of knives that you see here. Okay, and it's all used to butcher the goat. So we're gonna go ahead. I've already shot it, and I'm gonna go and start to process it and skin it. So the name of the game is first things first is to get all of the skin off the goat, but also gut it as well. Now, sometimes what people do is they'll go ahead and they'll save the skin to make a nice little mat or something, because goat skin, just like sheep skin, is pretty good. It's pretty good. So as you see, I just take my knife and I just work around the perimeter of the body. You see that? And as you see, the garb that you use, it's just some coverings, this, that you don't get a whole bunch of blood and stuff on your body. You see how constantly, just slowly, just work my way around. And after you do it after a time, you get pretty used to it. But you gotta have a good, clean knife. You see how I do that? Getting off all the skin. And I waited to do it that night because, the internal body of a goat, just like a deer, is pretty hot. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and process it at night, because of course it's cooler and I can get it into the freezer a little bit quicker. But also when it comes to the goat, you know, people do different things when it comes to, or they process it differently from the perspective of um, hanging it for the night and everything. I don't do that because, this is all for what, just one meal. And that meal is called curry goat, a goat roti. And my wife doesn't eat it. Children sure as hell don't eat it. But it's good to have that variety when it comes to, the kind of food that I am eating. But the whole point here is to just get as much meat as possible off the carcass. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and gut this bad boy, okay? I know it's kind of difficult to see it, so I'm trying to get a good angle because this is something that the children do not want to help with. They develop these attachments for these animals, I'm telling you. But you want to get all the guts all at once. I want to get in here because I want to pull out the guts and everything all at once. And you see how I want to get back up underneath here? Because the animal still has food in its intestines and everything. And this is the nasty part about it. I want to get all them guts out. What I'm going to do is go ahead and take the guts once I get them out. And I'm going to put them in the raised beds. And the reason why I put it in the raised beds, being that it's fall, is so that see how the guts just come all on out? You see that? Take all that. The intestines and everything. Boom. 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 Boom, nice and clean. Now what you want to do, because see, that's nice and clean. Nice and clean. It's pretty much the same for a deer as well. But what you want to do is you want to check the inside. You want to check to see if there's any lesions or any kind of bubbling or swollen or any kind of rash inside of your goat or deer. It doesn't matter. And what you also want to do, cut this out. Now some people don't eat the liver. I don't. But you also want to make sure that the liver is nice and clean. No lesions or anything like that on it. You see that? This is a nice, good, healthy goat. You see that liver? Now, some people will eat the liver. And as a matter of fact, I will put it aside because there's some people that eat liver. I don't eat liver. But there's some people that will eat it. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze it and put it to the side as well. But you see, that's a nice, good, clean liver. And then you got the guts and everything inside there. But that's a nice, good, clean liver. Nice, good, and clean. Put that bad boy to the side. But this is just the guts and everything. Where's the other liver? Just nice, good, clean, healthy goat. So take that, put it to the side. Go ahead and take your water hose. It's nice and clean in there, but just spray it down with some good, clean water. Real good, clean process. Real good, clean process. So I'm going to go ahead. Another tool that we use, good Sawzall. Cut that tail off. That will go inside of the compost bin as well. But now we got everything pretty much done up. I still got the skin. Go ahead and work my way around it. These knives are very sharp, so you definitely want to be careful. So I constantly work my way around. Skin is still on the shoulders. You got the legs. I'll go ahead and process these separate. But again, when it comes to the goat, my main objective is to get as much meat off of the carcass as possible. I don't care where it's at, I want to grab it. Sometimes you'll take you see the skin of the goat, put this to the side. Sorry, I'm off camera. You get the rest of the skin off. Jacking this up a little bit. I'm using raw knife. But you can definitely tell that this is a good, healthy goat. But you definitely got to have the tools for it. This is the same tool that I use to process my deer. You see how easy it is to go ahead and, to skin the goat. All this extra stuff goes right in the compost bin. Okay, so that's pretty much done. I'll cut it up into the subsections afterwards. To just get a little spraying down, just to cool the meat down with some nice cold well water. But basically, that's how you skin a goat. Again, what I said is I'm just going to go ahead and process and just take off as much meat as possible. Just like this. There's meat here, the hinds, little small back strap. All this meat is good. And again, I use this primarily for one dish, and that is curry goat. I grew up or spent a good bit of time in Flatbush, Brooklyn. And there, you find a lot of Trinidadians, a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Haitians. And I'm telling you, this is the kind of food that I was experiencing, in my teenage years going to high school. And so, I got addicted, to it. So the name of the game is that you can go ahead and enjoy this kind of stuff in the country. But I'm going to go ahead and end this thing. But basically, that's how you go ahead and process a goat, a deer. Doesn't really matter. But the food is good. It is darn good eating. It just don't get no better than this. But I will keep you posted. This is what it's all about: being able to skin a buck and run a trout line. A country boy know how to survive. But shalom.